Tonight, calls are growing for Ottawa to investigate Israeli soldiers entering Canada after a Toronto event hosted Israeli military members. You are watching Muslim News Canada on Muslim Network TV. Assalamu alaikum, I am Ahmed Ramadan. Prime Minister Mark Carney and India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi have agreed to launch negotiations on a new comprehensive economic partnership agreement. Carney says a deal could double bilateral trade to as much as $70 billion. India has confirmed the move and invited Carney to visit early next year. The visit could help rebuild ties strained after Canada's intelligence found evidence that Indian agents were involved in the 2023 killing of Sikh activist Hardeep Singh Najjar. Ottawa says security concerns remain despite the trade agreement. Canada is reviewing a new report alleging that Canadian-made military parts are still reaching Israel through a U.S. loophole despite Ottawa's freeze on export permits tied to the Gaza genocide. Global Affairs says no new permits have been approved since January and that about 30 previously issued permits remain suspended. The comments come as the report makes shocking revelations of hundreds of shipments of Canadian F-35 components and European-made TNT are routed through U.S. weapons factories that support Israel. Rights groups say the findings show Canada remains a key transit corridor in the global arms pipeline despite government assurances. Activists warn the loophole allows Ottawa to claim innocence while exports continue indirectly. The New Democratic Party says the Liberal government can no longer deny knowledge of how Canadian parts are reaching the genocide. Unrest at a Toronto campus event featuring visiting Israeli soldiers is fueling calls for Ottawa to investigate Israeli military members entering Canada. 6 protesters were arrested after clashes outside the venue. Footage shows police restraining demonstrators and an Israeli military speaker pushing and manhandling protesters. New Democratic Party Member of Parliament Heather McPherson says any Israeli soldier arriving in Canada should be investigated under the Crimes Against Humanity and War Crimes Act. Advocacy groups are urging the government to bar entry to any Israeli military soldier and launch probes into those already in the country. Legal experts say Canada has international obligations to scrutinize anyone potentially linked to war crimes. This comes as the RCMP is investigating war crimes carried out in the Gaza genocide. However, it is not clear whether Israeli military soldiers visiting Canada are being questioned. Israeli strikes have killed a top Hezbollah commander in Beirut's southern suburbs despite a U.S. and France brokered ceasefire. The attack targeted an apartment block in Dahi, killing at least 5 people and wounding 28 others. Hezbollah has confirmed the death of Haytham Ali al-Tabatabai, its chief of staff, calling the strike a red line. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he will not allow Hezbollah to regain strength. Lebanon denies the accusation and says Israel has violated the ceasefire agreement. Thank you for watching Muslim News Canada. We are a community channel dedicated to bringing you stories you can trust. Please like, share, and subscribe to our content. You can also comment to let us know what you think of our coverage. You can donate now by visiting muslimnetwork.tv/donate. For more content, keep watching Muslim Network TV. Salam.